Hi, this is KhoPhi here. Thanks for joining me in yet another riding episode. Today we're going from Accra, specifically Medina, to Koforidua. This is my first ride to Koforidua in 2021. So we're currently at Medina, and just a little bit ahead there is the Medina lorry station on the left, where you can pretty much get like a bus to, I think, anywhere in the country, or like many places in the country and even outside the country. On the right side too, I think there is the market, and it stretches along this side all the way going forward. You can see the road, it's a little bit wide, but you know, traders along the edges of the road squeezes it in such a way that it's left with more like one going, one coming. So I think on the left side here, there's a road that goes down to the station, and that road goes all the way and comes back out of where you see the car coming from, the bus. So this is, I think, the exit, and where we pass by is the entrance. And this place can get really choked because of the traders along the roadside, pedestrians along the roadside, and then cars and buses trying to squeeze their way through. It can be very tight, and I think this is traffic is flowing smoothly for now, but this place can be, so you can see like the traders on both ends of the edges of the road, makes it tight. So we are joining the Accra road, so left goes to Accra, and right we're continuing to Adenta, then all the way to Ebui, then to Koforidua. So making sure to join the road safely. I have recorded this route before in a previous video. There wasn't any narration on it, but so I'm not gonna go all the way. Plus I also my GoPro battery doesn't last that long. I think it's just about an hour, and the ride from Accra to Koforidua is more than an hour. So we just passed by pedestrians looking for it to cross the road, and this is the pedestrian walk that was done because of some accidents that happened, but not many people are using that pedestrian walk. Anyway, so I've just cut ahead, and I'm not sure where we are at the moment, but we've gone way ahead. I think upcoming too is one of the new overheads that was completed. Although the footbridges are there, I don't think many people use it. No. Okay, so this is yet another traffic point. I'm gonna jump ahead in time and continue from straight up close to Oyarifa. So so if you want to, that's pretty much nothing changed on this stretch of the road. It's the same old. The only changes that has happened that I can think of happening here is the new Oyarifa Mall, which is upcoming. We'll get there pretty soon. But aside from that, like, there hasn't been any significant change along this stretch of road. So I want to use this video to also talk a bit about my motorbike. I made a video about it, but I think I did not answer some of the questions that I needed to answer. So I want to answer some of the questions in this video. I think I'm going to look for the frequently asked questions and then answer them. But basically, my motorbike is an Apsonic. In Ghana, there is a lot of Apsonic bikes, and Apsonic motorbikes are good enough for personal and commercial use. My first motorbike I bought was an Apsonic, and this one too is an Apsonic, but a little bit ahead in terms of performance compared to the first one I bought. So this is the Apsonic AP150X11 or so. I'm trying to see I don't miss the Oyarifa more. So you can see on the left up in the background, like some hills over there. There's some estates there. I am not exactly sure what the name of those estates, but they look really nice on the hill. And we just passed by the special ice, so that's their I think their production center or warehouse, special ice mineral water. And this is the Oyarifa Mall. It's a new mall, and it's very close to the Ayimensa Park. I think the mall was built by the Ayimensa, the same guys behind the Ayimensa Park. So yeah, so my bike is, I think, 150 cc, and so yeah, on the left is the Ayimensa Park, where you can buy houses and I think rent estates, stuff like that. So yeah, we currently we just passed through Oyarifa, and this is the toll booth. I think the road on the right goes to join the Valley View Road, which I've done a video already. By the way, this is the first time I've been to this toll booth that there's no car, ahead of me trying to make a payment. Like, it's always busy. So we basically just climbing the Pedryase Hill, which is I learned is part of the Equiapin mountain ranges. And yeah, so we're gonna go up and just meander our way to the top of the hill. I enjoy riding this particular section of the road to Koforidua because of how, like, it allows you to go down and up, and going up to me is relatively safer than coming down, because when you're going up you're more like pushing against gravity, but when you're coming down it's more like a free fall, and if you don't take care you can overshoot and end up crashing somewhere. So we'll get to the top a little bit, and on the right side you can see a big part of Accra. On a very clear sky day you can see very far if you have good eyes from top here. So we're still climbing this mountain, more like a hill, and Pedryase Lodge 2 is at the top. That's more like the second residential home. So this bike is 150cc, and it basically means, I think the little I read about it has to do with how much volume the I think the cylinders can hold. And so I think the bigger your volume, the more power the engine can provide, which indirectly somehow translates to the horsepower you can generate from the bike. I tried looking for details about the bike, I couldn't find it. I bought the bike in Koforidua, and just like my first bike, I also bought it in Koforidua. And I think this one I bought it for 4,200. So yeah, 4,200, and then spent somewhere 500 cedis registering the bike. And I already had a license, so I didn't need to work on that, and also spent, I think, 150 cedis doing the insurance. So that was how much I spent in terms of getting the bike ready to go and on the road. And since the bike was fresh, at the end of the day, you didn't need to do any roadworthy or anything of that sort. One thing on this stretch of the road is how, like, the curves go. Some of the curves are really sharp, and it's fun. Like, if the road is not wet, going down and taking the bend sharply is a really nice thing to do, except it's can be very tricky if the road is wet, which you don't want to go down as much as I did. You're just gonna slip and fall. Anyway, so we're almost at the top, and I needed to concentrate on the road, so I wasn't looking into the valley over there, but it just goes down there. I think at the top here you can also get some they call it Saffro to get after you're jogging and stuff to the top. So on the left is the Pedryase Lodge. Pedryase, I don't know exactly the name they call it, but it's more like the second home of the president. Pedryase Lodge government, yeah, for the government. So we passed that, and just passing through Pedryase at the moment. Upcoming is a road that takes us to the left, and that goes straight to what's the name of the school? Ashiyasi University. So yeah, there is a left hand here, and that should take you there. I think this area is called Berekusu. So Ashiyasi is on the left. We make a sharp turn here, and on our way to Ebri. Now, Ebri has a lot of lodges and guest houses and hotels because of how the weather is, and it's a nice getaway spot that you can go to, you know, have fun and relax. So you'll find a lot of hotels and guest houses around in this area. They are not cheap though, so you want to keep that in mind. Upcoming, we're gonna find the Aruba guest house. We'll find the Little Acre Hotel and the Hillberry. I think that's the right way. So I think Hillberry is on the right, and Little Acre is on the left right now. We're just passing through at the moment. Oh, Hillberry is on the right here, and then Little Acre on the left. So then we pass by the Aruba guest house instead. So and then soon we'll get to the Ebri Girls Senior High School. I think all this area is part of Ebri technically. So we are in Ebri at the moment, just passing through Ebri. Just about climbing here, the Ebri Girls School compound is on the left. That's what you can see walled over there, and just passing through. Their compound, I think, stretches on the left and on the right, and the road passes through, and so there is an overhead walkway upcoming where they are able to cross to the two sides of the campus. So Ebri does their entrance on the left. And on the left is still part of their compound. And on the right, so this is the footbridge they used to cross to the other side. I don't know how huge the right side compound is, but it's also part of it. I think all this on the right side also is part of their school compound. I don't know how big their compound is compared to other compounds, campuses like the Koforidua Ride. I know Koforidua Ride, we really have a huge school campus, like it's big. The quick backstory behind it is that I think they say they wanted to use it for a varsity, and so they got a huge land for that purpose in particular, but couldn't the university part didn't get realized, and so when it was downscaled to a high school, it ended up having like a huge campus. But maybe someday it might get upgraded to a university. Who knows? You never know. They can merge the campus. They can merge the high school with the university, and I think still have enough space on the campus to host everything related to the university and the high school. We're somewhere in an area called Insuasi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. We've passed the Insuasi area a long time ago. I think we are way far ahead. So we are using more like a detour, and by detour as in there's another lane on the left side of where we are currently riding. So upcoming, what you can see there's a road going in the opposite direction to the left that goes to the Ebri Botanical Gardens. So I think I have a video where I came through that road instead. You can check the video in. I'm going to put the video number on the screen so that you can check it out. So and we are entering a town called Ashiyasi. So Ashiyasi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So this is Ashiyasi. They seem to have a busy market here on market days. I don't know exactly what their market days are, but it seems to be like a busy market spot. So on we go. The next big town we're going to meet is called Obumasi, and that's where you're going to find the Adom waterfalls. I've been there. I've done drone videos of the Adom waterfalls. You can find that on this channel. I think I'll put a link in the description below to it. So yeah, Obumasi is coming up next, and going to the Adom waterfalls is not easy. Like it's not easily noticeable. I had to ask a few people for directions, and it wasn't an obvious spot to find. So this is Obumasi. Going through the town at the moment. And all this area is part of the, I think, Equiapim Mampong. So Equiapim Mampong, the whole area we're looking at is part of that. I don't know if it's a district or something. I think it's a district. So from here, the next place we'll be moving to is they call the place Tutu. I think this town has got the Friends FM. I don't know if it's still operational, but there is an FM here. going through Tutu at the moment. There's a hotel coming up ahead of us. It's, I think, a 3-star hotel. It's called Royal Lease Hotel. It seems to have good reviews on Google Maps, which is good. I haven't realized it until recently, but it seems like a nice spot to get away from, and it's not that far from Accra too. So it's called Royal Lease Hotel. It should be on the right. Yeah, I think that's the one on the right here. Wow, it's a nice place, and it's got some nice views, and the building is cool. Yeah, the pictures I've seen so far of the place is nice. We'll hopefully put it on my bucket list. Anyway, we are more like entering into so on the right here is, I think, the Mampong. There's a school for the deaf on the right side. I think that's what we passed by. And this is the Medicus Hospital. And we have, yeah, so that's the hospital. And we passed by the school for the deaf. So that was the behind us. We have Mampong Presec also on the right here. And then we come to a Y junction. We take a right, which is a detour through Mampong. So left will go through the Mampong Township. Right, we're just taking a detour, which is a bypass. So so far with this bike, I've not had an accident with the bike yet, and I'm saying yet because I don't know, I'm not in control of whether I have an accident or not. I try to be as careful as possible, but anything can happen. I remember my last accident, I don't remember exactly what happened. I was told I woke up about 30 minutes after blacking out after an accident. So sometimes you never know what happens, but fortunately for me, I was wearing protective clothing. I also had my helmet on, and I had a bag in front of me and behind, so they served a bit as a cushion and didn't get hit. Pretty much did not get hit, actually. Went to do an x-ray, and nothing has broken. There wasn't any internal bleeding and stuff like that. Like, I was in good shape. So this one, I've not had an accident with it yet. I'm not saying I want to get an accident, but anything can happen. In any case, I have not traveled as much with this bike as I did with the. Anyway, by the way, on the right is the I think that's the Tetekwashi Memorial Hospital. I almost forgot to mention that. So Tetekwashi Memorial Hospital is on the right. Was being carried away by my motorbike accident story. Anyway, so I haven't traveled as much with this bike as I did with the previous bike. This has not gone more than, I think, 20,000 kilometers, but I did a lot of journey with the other one. I think I was able to reach probably 80,000 thereabout. Yeah. This one, I don't plan doing a lot of long journeys with it. I might do long journeys, but White House Lodge is on the right. We just passed by White House Lodge. From here we are headed to Amanokrom. It's called Amanokrom, yeah. And then from Amanokrom we go to Mamfe. So passing through Amanokrom at the moment. So for my upcoming journeys, I don't plan doing one long ride journey. It's just, you know, traveling maybe 1 hour, 2 hours every day, and then resting, doing whatever videos I have to do in whatever area I stop by, and then continue after a couple of days or a day of, you know, staying over. So I'm not gonna have like do those kind of long journeys I did with Noah back in, I think, 2018. So currently at Mamfe, and so we get to Mamfe and we'll take a left. We'll take the third exit at the runabout. So here at Mamfe, so straight, second exit at the runabout goes to, I think, Ekropon, and the left one is headed to Adoso and straight to Koforidua as well. The one going to Ekropon also goes to join, I think, the Pong Road. So you can see my previous video, I went to Krobo Girls. So that road, the one straight ahead, not this one we are on, but at the runabout, the one that was straight ahead, goes to that area as well. So there's a linking road to join the Edukrom, which can come back to Nkrakai and back to Koforidua. So I think here there is the Methodist Girls School, Methodist Girls High School on the left. That's what we're looking at, and we take a right, and it's gonna be like a long descent down the mountain. We're just going to descend at this point. Let me see if I can measure the distance of the descent. I think at this descent, I normally can simply turn off the engine and can still be going for at least till the end of the mountain at a speed of somewhere like 60 kilometers. So it's a pretty steep, it's a relatively steep mountain. So just going down and down and down. So the descent is about 4 kilometers. So we're going down, like descending the mountain as far as about 4 kilometers. So it's just going down and down and down and down like that. It's quite a distance for a descent, and it's just along the mountains like that. So if you look on the map, we've basically been riding on top of the range. That's the Ebri mountain ranges. So we climbed up at Pedryase and we've been on top, and then at this point we are kind of like descending back to normal ground level. There is a sharp left turn here, which last year I think I came to meet 2 accidents happen at this very spot. I hope there isn't any accident this year. This spot right here, I came to see at least 2 accidents last year. That's 2020. Still descending. The descent, we are more like about 2.5 kilometers into the descent. Still going down. The next town coming up is called Saffro, and all this area you can get lands to buy in huge quantities. So if you're looking for somewhere 50 acres and beyond, you can find some to buy in all these areas as well. Now remember, this is also, I think, the last point of the descent. So this area is where the descending ends, and we start to climb a little bit here into the Saffro Township. So that's the Saffro Town over here. If you look on the map, there's vast farmlands on the right and the left of this area. So it's a huge plain land, huge, stretching kilometers upon kilometers all the way into that area. I think it's going to be great for farming and doing plantations and stuff like that. But the land is huge, like on the right side, on the left side, going all the way. It's big. From here straight, the next stop is, they call it Kwamoso. Kwamoso, yeah. Okay, so this is Kwamoso Township. Just fly through the town, and then from Kwamoso, the next stop is, where is even the next stop? Now, all this area, like when you look at it on the map, on the left and the right side is huge plain lands. Huge plain lands, which like it's big. You can check on the map, just search for the area called Saffro, and you're gonna see, or even Kwamoso, and you're gonna see the land over there, and it's a plain land. It's just straight up. So this is an ongoing construction, and I think this section of the road has been like that for at least a year, if I remember correctly, and it's been like this for a long time. Like, it's just this stretch of the road, and that's how it is. I think drivers and everybody is used to, you get here, you get prepared, you just cross the small section of the road that hardly gets finished. So from all the way here going is more like boring, because there isn't much. It's just empty land on both sides of the road, left, right. Just big, vast land for farming, for like, it's huge. Some of these towns, I don't know their names. They don't seem to be on Google Maps in terms of the names being on Google Maps. I'm not sure. If you happen to know the name of this place, you can let me know in the comment section below. We slide through the town. I think the first video I did riding from Accra to Koforidua in 2020, close to the end of the ride, it rained a bit. So, but today I had, you know, clear skies throughout the journey, which was good. So there's a small town coming up. I also don't know the name of the town. Some of the towns that, if I don't know the name, I try to look for maybe a signboard, you know, indicating what the name of the town is. Some of them I don't get to see such signs. So I think sometimes I need to just stop and ask. When I'm riding, I'm trying to just move from point A to B, and stopping on the road, you know, isn't fun. So I normally just don't bother asking. But we'll definitely find out in one way or the other some other time. In any case, if you also know the name of the town, you can let me know in the comment section below. And on we go. Coming up next will be an area called Adoso. So I'm sure you've heard the name before. After this curve, I think we are headed to Adoso. So it's one busy town, and it's got roads that are linking. So there is at Adoso, there's a road that joins to the Nsawam, and the Nsawam road is the one going from Accra to Kumasi as well. So there's a linking road there. There's also a linking road that comes all the way back to join the, I think the Obumasi area. So there's a road that comes to join the Ebri side from Adosi here, not using this one. So I think some time ago those routes were used by drivers whenever they were going to Accra, since this road wasn't in good shape. So those were more like bypass roads. So we are currently in more like Adoso. Getting to the township of Adoso. One of the things that makes Ado so prominent is their market. So they have a really bustling market days here, which is more like a central point for many other towns to come and buy foodstuff and stuff. And basically you get food stuff here, you know, fresh from the farm and at I think good prices. So neighboring areas are pretty much farming towns and villages, so they all bring their food to this very spot. I think their farming days, their market days are on Mondays and Fridays or so. And so on Fridays and on Mondays, you come and find this place very busy. Now, away from Adoso, our next town will be, is it Otariso? Okay. I think this is the Otariso. I'm not sure exactly, but that's the small town we just passed by. From here, our next point from here is Tinkong. This on the right side is a mortuary. Okay, we are currently at Tinkong, and the road on the right also goes all the way to join the Nkrakan road on the other side. So this one, and just a little bit after the Nkrakan township, we hit the police barrier. I normally cut out my interaction with the police because that's not part of my riding video. But I normally have interesting chat with them sometimes. And sometimes I use the road frequently enough to the extent that they get to know me. So we've passed Tinkong, and the next town or area we'll hit will be Ashiyasi. So we are currently headed to an area called Ashiyasi. So I think this area is the Ashiyasi. I think the whole section around this place. I think it stretches for a bit. And from here, the next town we're going to meet is Okrasi, and I think it stretches from, we'll start entering Okrasi from just about around this area. And these days Okrasi is even more like merged into Koforidua. So from Okrasi is just a continuous flow into Koforidua, and I don't know if Okrasi is currently part of Koforidua, technically qualifies to be part of Koforidua, but that's it. Okrasi is expanding rapidly, and so has gotten to the point of just merged into Koforidua. So we are currently we're currently entering into Okrasi at the moment. So one thing is, this video I didn't ride through Koforidua. I just got to a traffic light and then stopped, because I also have I would call a comprehensive video of riding through Koforidua, which is about an hour, more than an hour video, riding through Koforidua, and most of the most of the main streets in Koforidua here. So I think I will keep a link in the description if you want to check that one out as well. I try as much as possible not to repeat the videos I've done already. I am redoing this one because I wanted to add narration, plus it is updated and more like shot in 2021. So properly in Accra at the moment. So exiting through Accra, we're just about entering Koforidua, and one of the first landmarks when entering Koforidua you're going to find is the Eastern Premier Hotel. So that's on the right and it's coming up soon. There's also a high school on the left. It's called Peace Hill. I think we've passed that point. Yeah, Peace Hill High School or something. I think we've done with, is it Tech Leads? We've done an event at that area before in the school, you know, helping students get up to speed with tech. So yeah, Eastern Premier should be on the right coming up. So that's the building we see on the right. I also have a drone video of the Premier Hotel, so you can also check that in the link in the description below. So there we go. We are currently in Koforidua, and this area is called, I think, Mile 50. The left side is going to Osabeni, which straight on you can get to the Kenton Crane Waterfall. Yet another police barrier. So all the way we go. We get to the Poly Junction. We still call it Poly Junction, but the university, it's now a university, no longer a polytechnic. It's called the Koforidua Technical University. That's their junction. And at the junction we take a left turn, which is, so this is the one, the straight is going to the Central Business District of Koforidua, and the left one, it's going to join the Bunsu. It's going to Bunsu, which from there you go right to Kumasi or left back to Accra through Nsawam. So this is the Bunsu road. You go straight through, I think, Oyoko, then to Bunsu. So Koforidua Technical University is what we just passed by on the left, and on the left still is still part of their compound. Upcoming next is the Capital View Hotel on the left side. Right goes to Universal Girls, so there is a junction coming up. Right goes to Universal Girls. It also goes into I think an area called Atechim. Capital View is what we're looking at on the left. Right to Universal Girls, straight we have they call it Amigos. They sell, you know, building construction related stuff. Left side coming up, the road is going to an area called, I think, is it, I'll put the name on the screen if I remember. Casa Bar, and so right 2 goes to Atachem. Casa Bar and Grill is up next on the right here. You'll be seeing it on the right. Opposite left is the Bedtime Hotel. And yeah, that's pretty much for this video. I'll just end the recording at the upcoming junction. Thanks for joining me in this one. My name is KhoPhi. I normally ride around, so you can check my channel for some of my videos going to different places here in Ghana. I am based in Accra, and I hope you enjoyed the ride today. So check the link in the description for some of the videos I mentioned about, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.